Good morning, everyone. Today, we'll begin with a new topic thinking about time and historical periods. Now, why these historical periods are important? Why do we divide our history? As we know, we have divided history into three parts. That is your ancient, medieval, and the colonial period. Right? The colonial period when your Britishers had come to India. Why this division of history is important? It is important so that we can derive the characteristics of that particular phase, right? It is easier to derive the characteristics, the common characteristics which that particular time period reflects. It is easier to study history when we divide it into periods, because when we divide it into periods, we are talking about the similar traits which have been followed in those years, the similar characteristics which have been carried on in those particular duration of time, right? Because changes were not so often. A change also, it takes years, a change, for a change in the society also, right? The change was not a sudden one. Years and years, it took long years to bring a change in the society, right? It wasn't ki change was all of a sudden, from one year to second year a change has occurred in the society. No, change was also a very long process, right? So history can easily be divided into three parts. That is your ancient, medieval, and colonial. Why do we divide it into three equal parts? Just to derive the characteristics which was being possessed by the society in those period of time. In the middle of the 19th century, the British historians divided the history of India into three periods. That is your Hindu, Muslim, and Britishers. Why? Because in ancient duration, your Hindu rulers were there. Then, with the arrival of your Mughals, when the Mughals have began to invade India, the Muslim dynasty was there. Delhi Sultanate, Sayyid dynasty, a lot of dynasties, and the one which has ruled India for the maximum duration was your Mughal Empire. And then with the downfall of the Mughals, your Britishers had come to India, right? So Hindu rulers were there earlier. So, and when no like in the ancient duration, your Hindu rulers were there in India. Like when your Muslim invaders, they started coming to India, right? When Muslim invaders from Afghanistan, from the nearby countries, from India, they have started coming to India. And when they established their dynasties in India, right, slowly and slowly, the Muslim culture is spread in India, right? A lot of, the fooding habits changed. There was a change in the attire also, and there was a change in, thoughts also. So you can say there was a rule of the Muslim rulers, and the one who have ruled for the maximum duration were your Muslims. The Mughal emperors, sorry, were the Mughals, the Mughal emperor. And with the downfall of the Mughals, your Britishers had come to India. This division was based on the idea that the religion of rulers was the only important historical change, and there were no other significant developments in the economy, society, or culture. Such a division also ignored the rich diversity of the subcontinent. Few historians follow this periodization today. Most look to economic and social factors to characterize the major elements of different moments of the past. During the medieval period, the societies of the subcontinent were transformed often, and economies in several regions reached a level of prosperity that attracted the interest of European trading companies. Now, class, what you will do is you will go through all these slides once again, right? Go through all these slides once again. If any query is there, do raise your questions in your WhatsApp group. Tomorrow, we'll be studying about certain important facts about India, right? We'll be learning about the important historical facts about India, right? And under the topic, My India, My Proud. Meanwhile, go through all these slides once again and don't forget to submit this homework. Thank you.